Set and setting. That was the quote that Morpheus used on Neo to help him remember who he once was. And so now I say it to you to help you remember who you once were and who you should be. It's time to open up your eyes and escape the world that has been pulled over you, blinding you from the truth. Welcome to the Escape Podcast. My name is Christian Bandera. I'll be your host this evening, and across from me is my co-host, Vinny Dos Santos.
Yes, sir.
What's up, man? Hey, I'm excited for this one.
I know, this is actually way different than our last ones.
Very much way different.
Yeah.
Very much. This is going to be a really fun one. I'm really excited. But first, before we kick off the podcast, I'd like to give a shout out to our sponsors. So our first sponsor is the BACP Group. That is Alex's, our producer's business.
Shout
so
out,
we want to
Alex.
thank him so much for doing our podcast for us and having us here in the studio. We really appreciate it, man. So thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
Second are the NutriMeals. So if you're busy like me and Vinny, we don't always have time to cook. Sometimes we have to grab something on the go, but it kind of gets in the way either way. So when it comes to getting food that you actually want and that are nutritious for you and that's healthy, NutriMeals makes that really easy for you guys. So you can just go to the fridge where you put them, you take them out, you put them in the microwave, 3 minutes, and then boom, your meal's ready right there, and you can eat it.
That's it. It's all simple.
It's all simple like that. Easy. Actually, I saw in Shaw's the other day, they had these pre-made chickens, the grilled chickens, for 8 ounces. It was $6. $6 for 8 ounces is fucking stupid.
Right.
Stupid.
NutriMeals is cool too because you can customize your meals.
Exactly.
So like if you want a specific amount of protein, carbs, sodium, whatever the case may be, you can literally customize it and then everything is there. So it's really dope.
Definitely. I mean, it's $10 a meal, and if you use KMF40, that's our code, KMF40, at checkout for your first order, it's 40% off. So basically, you're getting $6 for those meals on your first order. So basically, that chicken at Shaw's, that's 8 ounces for $6, or you can get a meal from NutriMeals, a full meal for $6. So I think it's pretty self-explanatory that NutriMeals will always win on that one.
Yeah, can't beat that.
So thank you for NutriMeals. All right. Vinny, would you like to introduce our guest?
Yeah, let's introduce our guest. So this guest is interesting because he was probably my first client ever, if not one of. This dude is talented as all hell. Artist, rapper, singer, entrepreneur, owns his own marketing agency, doesn't even lives overseas in Colombia. Like this dude, I feel like he's doing it all. And it's if you don't know him, you better get to know him. But Mr. Gary Ordonez right here.
What's going on?
Gary Souls.
Yeah. That's they ain't got to know my government now.
Don't you worry, man. We're not the
Gary
IRS.
Souls. Gary Souls.
We're not the IRS. It's okay.
What's going on, fellas? Thank y'all for having me.
Thank you for coming, man.
100%. Dude,
It's a pleasure.
how's it feel to be back?
Feels good. It's been a little over a year now since I came back here to this part of the country. Just, visiting family, and friends, obviously. But as entrepreneur, you don't really take a vacation. You still got to grind. So, I'm still grinding, still making sure on a day to day I'm still doing what I got to do to, feel like myself and feel like I'm growing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you've been in Colombia for quite some time now.
Yeah, technically I've been living out there for like a month or a year and some change, but I've been out there over the grand scheme of the last 2 years, probably like 21 months.
Oh wow.
Right, yeah. So it's been almost 2 years since I've been out there.
Yeah.
And then I've been acclimated in the society out there.
Yeah, and Colombia is clearly a vibe, huh?
Yeah, it's a great country. There's a lot to offer out there. It's different in the sense of I feel like out here everyone's really trying to go get it, which is great. But it takes away from you enjoying now, and people out there, I guess the pro to being complacent, and when society's complacent in a way, it allows you to just be more like in the moment and just enjoy now, because people out there too like I gotta go get it. I gotta like everyone's like competing. Like
Yeah,
you feel that like in the energy,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
I feel like that's a big difference with America and other countries, where like, America is all about like get the bag, work, and then other countries are more like you're enjoying your life, you enjoy the moment and things like that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, they have like a holiday, like I swear, like twice a month. Like they always have a Monday off. It's crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Damn, that's dope.
Yeah. So like it's definitely different when it comes to like how they go about enjoying
Right.
things.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. All right.
Damn, Gary, that's awesome, man. I would love to go to Colombia one of these days.
Pull up.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, we have the connection
We
for
got the
it,
connection.
so we might as well
You won't
go.
regret it. You
We're
won't
going
regret
to
it.
Yeah.
Nah,
Medellin.
y'all won't.
Have you been, Alex?
I've been there.
Oh, okay, Alex.
So we all going to
We're all
Colombia
going to
then.
Colombia.
I know how it is, Medellin.
Medellin.
I love it.
Okay.
I love it.
What about Cartagena?
Cartagena.
Oh, I'd love to go there.
Ooh, Cartagena.
I'd love to
is
go there so much.
Awesome, awesome.
Yes, sir. Gary, since you live in Colombia now, I know there's a big backstory on how you were able to build yourself up to be able to move there. Would you like to give the audience your backstory?
Yeah, well, you know, where do I even start? I mean, honestly, at first when I went out there, I wasn't even trying to live out there. It was just like for vacation. I was out there for like, you know, the intention was to stay out there for a month. And what allowed me to be able to stay out there was, you know, I work remotely. I worked in the digital space in marketing, music marketing to be specific. And so that allowed me to go out there, you know, and fortunately, you know, I have family that lives out there. So it was easy for me to be out there, kind of feel it out. And then just as the month went by, it extended to 2 months, then 3. And then I said, you know what, I'm staying out here, you know. And I was fortunate enough that because my mother, she's Colombian, I was able to get my paperwork, you know, and become a citizen out there. So now I can stay out there for as long as I can, right, without any legal issues, you know, in the future. So it just made sense for me just because I saw an opportunity where I can improve my quality of living, right? And to me, that's, you know, what I go after, you know, is quality of living. It doesn't have to be in the United States. If I see that it's somewhere else, I'm going to go after it, you know, because you're trying to enjoy life. You want to grow and, you know, be able to, you know, be successful, but that you don't want to always just be sacrificing enjoying your life too. You know, that's also important, right? So if you get the opportunity to balance it out, you go ahead and you make it happen. And I saw that opportunity. So that's why I decided to be out there. And it just allows me to be able to be more comfortably, you know, from a living situation as I'm scaling my business and I'm growing in that aspect of life.
That's sick. Well, with that business, like the music marketing, like are you making the Colombian currency or are you making American
No,
currency?
all my clientele is American.
So you're making American currency.
Correct.
So you're really thriving in Colombia then.
Yeah, I mean the currency exchange rate is pretty good, you know.
That's sick.
And that
I feel like that's just so ideal.
yeah, I mean that's you know, I peep game. I'm like, the hell am I doing in America?
That's wild.
And,
That's so ideal, bro.
You know, like $2,500 of rent for like if you wanted to go ahead and get like a 1 or 2 bedroom. I could get something for 3 bedrooms at $500 a month. Like that's
Damn.
a no-brainer.
The peso, man. That's the peso right there.
I'm getting.
Yo, that's crazy.
I'm
That's
paced.
crazy. That's so dope. Wow, that's like a cheat code.
It is.
It really
Bro,
is. You got the quality of life, and then you got the clientele's all in America, and you're banking like the American money. Like that's literally a cheat code.
I mean, you know what's the KMF thing, right? The Matrix.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking,
You escaped the
I
matrix.
scraped
bro.
that motherfucker.
You
I'll tell you
escaped
that.
that matrix. That's dope.
And I heard the ladies over there aren't too bad.
Yeah, there's a lot of beautiful women out in Colombia, 1,000%. You know, not just physically, you know, in every aspect. You know, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of volume. You know, I feel like the ratio between men and women is pretty substantial. You know, so if you feel like you're in a drought out here, just pull out there. You know,
Like there's more women there than men, is what you're saying? Or?
yeah, that's what it feels like.
Really?
I swear, yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, you see those TikToks all the time of like American dudes just pulling up in Colombia. They're just walking the streets and there's just baddies everywhere. And they just say
be like
hi,
that.
hello, and then they just stop and talk and they're willing to go wherever and whatever. It's that shit's so crazy.
Probably because they know that you probably have money.
Maybe.
I
Usually,
mean, you know,
If
you
you're-
gotta,
Maybe.
you gotta be, you gotta be smart. You know, like
Yeah, you
you can't just be like
be
desperate.
stupid.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Don't,
Like,
don't be dumb.
Yeah.
yeah,
Don't blow all your money now. Come on,
Nah, that's-
Christian.
what are you talking about?
yeah, you gotta be smart. You know,
yeah.
can't
So-
be out there.
So, all right. So the music marketing agency, like, so did you start with that, or did you start with like just music for yourself personally, like you?
Well, I mean, that's a long journey right there. You know, yeah, I started making music. You know, I'm 30, about to be 31. Literally in like less than 10 days, like in a week from now.
Oh shit.
Right.
Nice.
And I started making music when I was like taking it serious when I was like 14, 15 years old.
Oh wow.
Right. And it's a gruesome path, man. Making music and trying to make a living out of it. It's very, very, very difficult, you know. And so I went a lot of years just. I worked in the financial industry. I worked in banking for like 10 plus years, and yeah, it was just tough, you know, just spending everything that I had into that and getting no return, and then not making enough money to be able to enjoy my life, you know. And like I got tired of that, you know. I was like 28 and I said, yeah, I can't live like this no more. I have nothing to talk about. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I dedicate myself to writing music that's real, like that comes from my experiences. I'm like, yo, I literally have nothing to talk about. I'm talking about the same thing. I need to make it, take a different course of action. And so, I had two options. I could either look at my career as like a failure and just give up and say, yo, this is what it is, like, I guess I'm just not meant for this, or take my failures and say, this is an opportunity to, use it as wisdom and provide some type of service. And that's what I did.
You know what's crazy? I remember the day where you were like you were gonna make the decision of leaving the old job you had
Yeah.
to just pursue music in the business that you have like completely.
Yeah.
And like remember when we talked about like where if you give yourself a month, you'll get it done in a month, but if you give yourself 3 months, it'll take 3 months to get it done.
Yeah.
And you ended up like getting some clients within like the time frame that you like deadline yourself to do.
Correct.
And then you just left out of the job, and then the rest was kind of history with that.
Yeah. You got to put yourself in uncomfortable situations.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's, essentially what happened was like, you know what? Like, I don't want to get complacent. I want to get uncomfortable. It's a little scary, but I just trust my process. Right. And when you go through an experience like that and you see that it helped, then it allows you to be more motivated whenever you do come across uncomfortable situations, because it's inevitable. You're always going to be, life is always going to put you in uncomfortable situations, whether it puts you in it or you choose to put yourself in it.
Yeah.
Right. So you just got to go ahead and, like see those opportunities to grow and then put yourself in those situations. And I saw that in opportunity, and that's what kind of like triggered, for me to go ahead and take that leap of faith and let go of something that just wasn't making me happy.
Right. Yeah. So what's sick about Gary though is like he's actually good. You know?
yeah.
Like so like
yeah.
we went to school with a lot of people in like high school, and like I know, somewhat friends but acquaintances that kind of like try to rap and all these things. And for me it doesn't really, I don't really vibe with their music. But Gary's actually nice. Like, I'm still waiting. It's been 3 years. I'm still waiting for him to drop my favorite song that he's written, and he still hasn't dropped the damn thing.
I'm gonna drop it. hopefully next month.
Next
Hey.
month?
If
Dude,
not
I'm
next month,
so hyped.
definitely December. Like,
So we're
before
going to
the-
add that on our Carry Meth playlist because it's so fire, bro.
Good. I'm glad because I really like your voice, Gary. It's really good, and I think
Appreciate
for
it.
the music that you do specifically, it's really good for it.
Appreciate
and I can't wait to hear more of it because I'm on your Instagram sometimes and I'll see her. I'm like, damn.
Speaking
Yeah,
of
good
the
voice.
Instagram, you were in LA
Yeah.
like literally last week or something?
I was in last week.
And I kind of peeped the people you were with. It's like all of these people are all, like verified, tens of thousands followers, hundreds of thousand followers, artists in their own rights. It's like, so what's that? Like, you got these connections?
I mean, I've just been able to-
how are you building these relationships?
just being resourceful, trying to be as
Yeah.
resourceful as possible.
What so if you were to like give someone advice as like how to build connections in that way in whatever field they're trying to be at, whether it's to find investors or whatever the case may be, or a better clientele base or certain demographic of people, like what would you say? Because you're clearly hanging out with people who've kind of been there, done that, or are doing that. and have goals and aspirations to make
Yeah.
it big and things like that. So like, what's a good
Yeah,
thing?
just be someone that they need.
Okay.
You know, like that's really just become someone that these people end up needing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then you can, and through that you build these relationships because they need you in some type of way.
Right.
And then at the same time you're authentic and you're transparent.
Right.
You feel me?
But does that boil down to like a DM on Instagram, or like is it just like
Yeah, like one of my homies, like Life Harris, right? He's a dope artist. And I literally was a cold email like 2 years ago when I literally was starting, like you said, you know, I started the business and all that 1 month part. Like I literally was a cold email, and you know, that cold email led to a phone call. That phone call led to, you know, him becoming a client, and then from there we actually built a relationship, a friendship. You know, so it started from literally me being someone that wanted to help, right? And it made it more of that, like I can help you. When like if you come to people with I can help you, people are always going to be down to listen. You know what I mean? So, because people need help in something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I've heard that actually. It's like if you can solve someone's problem, like they will hear you out, and then you guys can build that relationship, and then the rest is history, right?
Exactly.
If you're just in it for like, oh hey, like help me with this, or like, you know, like post my shit, or you know, invest in my business because I believe, like they're gonna be like, yeah, I hear that like 24/7.
Exactly.
So I'm good. Like, what can you do for me first, and then
It's always that way.
right, you gotta almost like validate yourself.
Yeah, you have to come across from a
Yeah.
place of where, like, not from an ego place when I say this, but like you don't need people, right? And you're more like people need me, right? If you can become that person, you're going to revolve yourself around people that inevitably need you and they value you, you feel me, and are going to eventually over time, as you build more relationships, more credibility, you'll be able to be around people that, you know, can really move mountains.
Yeah, that's dope.
And that's also the same thing with business as well.
Yeah.
If you can find a problem and solve it, that business is going to grow. And especially if you can market it and then network, like how you said, be useful to someone, that's a really big aspect of growing your business, is figuring out what the
1000%.
problem is and then fixing it for that person.
Yeah, we did that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the biggest problem that we started seeing in the fitness industry is, you know, the matrix gyms or the corporate gyms. You know, they would basically steal from their trainers. You know, take 2/3 or 3/4 of their income,
Crazy.
and charge their clients like triple the price or quadruple the price. And like the trainers end up making nothing. So they come to our gym and then they make 100% of their income, and they can charge their clients less. So the client pays less, the trainer makes more, and everybody's happy.
Everyone, yeah, definitely.
But, and it seems so simple too, and but like, you know, you can't find that anywhere.
Nah, I've never come across a gym that does what you guys do.
It's
It
crazy.
gives the trainers the ability to still be, you know, entrepreneurs.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
which is sick.
Yeah, exactly. So they're now their own business. They can actually grow. You know, there's no cap in their life anymore. No gym is telling them, oh, you're only gonna make this for the rest of your life, with empty promises of like, oh yeah, we'll raise your pay next year by like 0.0%. You know, like.
The only problem is with that, and like I said, we've talked about this before, where people will come and we show them the numbers and everything, and they just think it's too good to be true.
Yeah.
They just think it's too much work. They don't.
Scam. That's a scam.
Yeah,
it's like a
exactly.
scam.
Where's the catch?
Like, there's no.
Where's the
scam.
fine print?
Yeah,
There's no scam.
exactly.
We understood that there was a demand, a demand, and we kind of just supplied it basically. You know, we found a problem, found an issue, and then we created that solution.
Yep.
people
Develop the
won't-
business model through the gym.
Exactly. People don't realize that, and if they do realize that, they think it'll be too hard. They think they'll have to put more work in than they already do, and they don't want to do that. Do you have any like advice for people like that? Maybe to give them like a little bit of motivation or hope or anything.
Can you repeat that last part again? Because I didn't really understand.
So like some people are kind of just like lazy, or they see as that being an entrepreneur basically just too much work. Maybe if you give someone some advice
Got you.
or a motivation or something to maybe kickstart their journey of being an entrepreneur, what would it be?
Yeah, well, I mean, if you know, first you got to want to be it. You know, like I used to be somebody that was like, oh yeah, like, you know, employed. Like I used to kind of look down on like people that wanted to work. You know, but as I've grown, it's like it's whatever makes you happy. You feel me? And if you want to be an entrepreneur, Well, you got to understand that there comes a responsibility, especially in the beginning, where you're gonna have to grind. You know what I mean? Like, it's just what it is. You're gonna have to grind, 7 days a week type shit. So, if there's something that you see that might, like, in the beginning where it makes you feel like it's too hard, but you want to be an entrepreneur, right? You're like in the cusp of like, I don't want to no longer be an employee. I want to be an entrepreneur now. You just have to look at the situation. What do you want? Do you want to be capped, on an hourly pay, or do you want to be able to have no limit, right? Yeah. Like, I'm going to put all that work in and have no limit where I have complete control of how much money I make.
Yeah.
That's really what it comes down to.
And there's the freedom aspect to that too, where you have complete control and you have the freedom to maybe give yourself a day off or give yourself a week off, as long as things are going well. Obviously.
Correct. Yeah.
But there's a little bit more freedom once you kind of establish yourself.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the other side of being an entrepreneur, once you have, developed a team, you have a business that's working, for you rather than you owning a job, right? As I like to say, I mean, that you get those perks, you know what I mean? Where you can just let the thing just like run on its own. You can just come in time to time and just, see how it's doing and stuff like that, right?
There's a lot of balancing, right? Because I mean, obviously, like some people are comfortable with regular jobs, and that's cool. That's cool too. Because at the end of the day, there is a lot of risk, taking.
I get it. I get it. Like, you clock out after 5 p.m. and you don't have to think about your. I get that.
Exactly. You don't have to worry about employees, staff, the building, insurance, fees, rent, none of that.
Yeah, like literally, right. Like on my way here, I was, what do you call it? I was doing some calculations and shit, and I was like, oh shit, like, like my mind's always on this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't have like that rest kind of thing. So like you have to do a lot of like, like management of yourself. So like you don't get too caught up and because you got to still be present. You know what I mean? Like here, wherever it is that you're at. Yeah. Because when you're an entrepreneur, you can get sucked into it because that's just your main source of generating freedom.
Yeah. And unfortunately, it's not for everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't think everybody can just be an entrepreneur like that. You got to have some pretty thick skin, I think.
Yeah. Resiliency, perseverance, thick skin is a good
You gotta love the unknown. Right. Because being an entrepreneur is about
taking
being
risks,
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Or it's about being comfortable rather in the unknown.
Yeah.
Because there's always going to be
some shit.
Yeah.
Something. Always. It's inevitable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's so true.
Once you just like accept that, right, and you accept like you find security within that insecurity, like you'll be able to overcome everything that comes with being an entrepreneur.
It's funny because I think a lot of people at the surface level who haven't tried that don't really understand what that means until they really dive in. So they kind of got to dive in and test the waters and see for themselves. But I think over time you kind of learn whether or not like it's for you, you know, because you can hear all these things, but until you actually experience it, you won't know like, oh shit, yeah, I'm willing to actually go on with this, or no, fuck that, I'm going back to my corporate world or whatever, you know. So it's an interesting thing because there's a lot to juggle and balance and whatnot.
Oh, 1000%.
Yeah. But so what is kind of like your goal nowadays? Because I know you're releasing My Favorite Song in a month from now. So now what's the whole Gary Souls journey now? What's the goal?
Well, now the goal is to be consistent with releases and just build, apply everything that I've learned, right, over the years of failing. And as I've applied that for my business and my clientele, now that I'm in a position where I want to be, which is being able to invest into, my music endeavors, but without sacrificing like my life, which is what I was doing for 10 years, right, is being able to just go ahead and use my life experiences to channel through that to develop more songs, more experiences, and then just be able to, give, the audience that's meant for me, like the best quality music that can come out of me. Right. And then see what happens. I'm very, like the phrase, like self-reliant, like I've become that because, being an artist, you develop this, mindset of like, this desperate mindset of like, I need people, I need to get signed to this label and all this and all that, and my failure shaped me up to become somebody that said, fuck that. So I'm going to take matters in my own hand. Because I've been in so many situations, people saying, yeah, I'm going to help you, this and that, and nothing happens.
And nothing comes from it.
It's so annoying.
False promises.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of artists have gone through that.
Yeah, everyone does. And it gets annoying. Yeah. So I was like, all right, I don't need anybody. I just need myself.
Right.
You feel me?
Exactly.
And you know, since I've been doing that, and now I'm in a position where I could be consistent. Now I just want to offer consistency,
Right.
in that space of releasing music.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, what would you say for someone like aspiring to be an artist?
What would I say?
Yeah. Like what? Like because you said in the beginning you sacrificed the first 10 years,
Yeah.
right? And now you're in a position to kind of do things a little bit differently with a different perspective. You have backing of a little bit more money to invest and things like that.
Correct.
So like, let's say like a young dude, he just wants to get into this now. Maybe he doesn't have a lot of money. Like, what should he do
Focus
to not
on your money
sacrifice
first.
those 10 years?
Focus on your money first.
Really?
Yeah. Find a develop a service-based business. That's what I would go ahead and say.
Okay.
Because you go into art, like, or music, which is art, and you think it's just something like, yeah, I'm gonna drop some music, people are gonna buy my merchandise, right? But that doesn't happen. Because you have to think about, like, what is music, what is art? Like, it's not a service. Like, no one needs art. Like, I tell, like, you know, like prospects on my calls, like, I'm not in a rush to buy a painting on my wall. Are you? No,
Right.
you're not. Like, no one's in a rush to buy merchandise from an artist. So why do people buy? People buy because, like, from artists, or they buy art because of what that brand, that entity means to them. And that takes time to develop, like a long time, right? And so when you put so much pressure on your art to create that desire within people, you're going to be frustrated. You're going to hate making music at one point, because it's a really tough journey. So rather than trying to rush it, just focus on other ways to make money, right? Like a service, right? It's something that people need, something where you can go ahead and set it up where you're getting on calls, and then 2 weeks later, people are paying you. You know what I mean? Like, because they need it. They need what you are offering them. Right? So, like, you focus on doing that, building a business like that first, create some freedom out of that, some ability to invest into your music. Now you're able to go ahead and not depend on the music, not depend on the art for it to be successful, right? You're just doing it because you love it, which is why you should be doing it in the first place. Right? You should be doing it because you love the music, not because you're just trying to force some type of result out of it. You obviously set yourself up to get a result out of it because you want high quality work. You know, you want a dope representation of your art, you know, but you don't have that pressure on it. And then you just allow, if you really work on your craft and you know you got a good product and you're getting that type of feedback, then it's only a matter of time where you can develop the audience that you're looking for and be able to then monetize your audience.
That's a sick perspective, honestly. I've never heard of a perspective like that, where you work on your money first, and then kind of like, if you genuinely say you love music, you're an artist, you want to do this, you know, like, you should be able to do that regardless. Like, so get your money first, and you should still be able to do music in the same time.
100%. Because you
Right.
got to make money.
You have to make money somehow.
You're
right?
going to be working a job.
Right.
So you're going to be spending 8 hours of your day,
right.
Monday through Friday, getting money, and working a job, right? Like, doesn't supply you enough capital to be able to invest what you need to ultimately invest into your music to be able to develop the quality that you want. Right? Be consistent with your marketing budget. Be able to live a life that you can have things to talk about, because that's also very important. Who wants to be going ahead and you have to make stuff up? Like, that's
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You don't want that, right? You don't want people from like the suburbs of like Peabody talking about like gang life and stuff. You know, it's like, come
Yeah,
on, like
no
let's be real. Like, yeah, you know, like let's be real.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, you know, like, I mean, there's like literally a video of Lauryn Hill where she talks about that. Like, she's like, yo, like, the reason why I've been taking this long to drop a project, this was like, I don't know how long ago, this was like probably like in the late 90s, early 2000s, just because I need to talk, like, I need stuff to happen in my life so that I could talk about it.
That's deep.
You see
I
what
like
I'm
that,
saying?
actually.
Because it's real. Because when
It's
you're doing
real, exactly.
Because it's,
That's what I like. I like that because it's real. You're not bullshitting music, right? Like I said, the suburbs. Don't talk about gang life. You have never went through that whole struggle and whatnot. You know, like that's real.
Gary,
You know.
what's a good experience that you have had that helped influence your music now?
Just my 10 years of failing. You feel me? Like, I failed. Like, I dropped over, you know, my hard-earned money, well easily over like 6 figures, you know, my hard-earned money, and then seeing nothing in terms of like any type of success, right? Like
That Michael Jordan quote.
You know, like just that failing and then being able to go ahead and persevere, take pivot, and then be able to be back in a position where I can release music. Like that experience alone has definitely fueled and inspired me to just continue to go. You know, because one thing it's shown me is that there's one predictable thing in life, which is going to be things are never going to be permanent. Things are always going to like change. So it's like when you're going through like a low, like don't get yourself too caught up in it because it's going to change. You're gonna see W's at one point.
It's like just the phases, right? Like you go through the phases of life, I guess.
Exactly.
You know, there's the highs, there's the lows, but you know.
Yeah,
So
right.
now that you're, doing really well, big time celebrity, what are some of the cool things about it? Besides, obviously the entrepreneurial mindset of, having your own freedom, making your own money. Maybe there's an experience that you had, a traveling experience, or meeting someone, something like that you'd want to talk about.
No, not to be honest with you, not really. I mean, I would say if anything, with where I'm at right now, what I'm experiencing, you still gotta go. You gotta work harder, bro. To be honest with you, you gotta keep going because now you experience some type of like freedom. Now it's more about, all right, how can I maintain this freedom and expand on it? Because this shit could quickly go away if you make the wrong decisions.
Yeah, you want to keep the momentum, basically.
Yeah, how can you keep this momentum going? So like you got to work even harder. So like that's really where I'm at with this. It's like, all right, cool. I'm here. This is great. I've never experienced this. This is cool. But in the grand scheme of things, this is nowhere near where I want to be. I still got way more to go. What do I got to do to make sure that I'm there? Because the moment that I just let my foot off the gas pedal, like you could be left behind like crazy. Like just like a race car game, right? You stop, you're in first place, you fucking hit the little side thing, next, you in last place again, bro. Yeah, so
Super Mario Kart, basically.
literally. So you gotta really be on your P's and Q's, just like be on top of it. That's Does that answer your question?
Yeah, I think that's good enough. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Do you have a lot of like songs that you've already had like written or like ready to release? Is it just, do you have like a
Yeah, I got a bunch of songs in my vault. I
Yeah.
just need to get them. I just need to get them finalized. Like they're like these rough drafts and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I just haven't. It's been a little bit tough with time because when you're also handling a business, it can accumulate a lot of time. But they're there. So like when I need to go ahead and just make time for it, like I just got to go.
Just
speak to my
finalize it and
engineer.
drop it?
Yeah, get this mixed down and then
That's
be ready to drop.
That's so sick.
Yeah.
I'm excited to hear some of the, especially the one next month that he's gonna drop, bro. I'm excited to finally hear that.
Word.
I haven't heard it in a while.
More. Oh, for real? When's the
Yeah,
last time
no,
you dropped?
I don't remember, bro. I don't remember. I mean, you decided to leave all of a sudden, so then I forgot about you. So if you had a collab with any artist at all, who would it be? Living or dead?
Any artist who? That's tough. I mean, there's a lot of dope artists that have
Oh
inspired me.
yeah, of course.
I
I feel like I have an idea
Can I
of
have
what
a
you're gonna
couple?
say.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, do like a
Yeah,
top three.
Yeah.
I'll probably do like Jay-Z, right? He's
Yeah.
one of my favorites. Right now in this moment, I probably would do like Bad Bunny, and then I would do a record with but I'll probably say Drake as well.
I knew you were gonna say
Hey.
Drake. I thought you were gonna say
Drizzy.
Drake.
Yeah, and
I thought you were
he's
gonna say
dope.
Drizzy.
Like he's.
How do you like this new album that he dropped?
I haven't heard the whole thing all the way. I haven't fully listened to it, but there's a couple of songs there that I really like the one that he got with Bad Bunny's dope in my opinion, and then he got this other record called 8 a.m. in Charlotte. I'm as much as I've converted him more into like a singer type of artist, like I still love like the standard hip hop sound, and so like that song embodies that. So like I'm always gonna latch on to those type of songs.
I saw that Drake just said that he was gonna take some time off from making music to focus on his health or something.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I literally just saw that like
Oh,
before we
wow.
even started.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
See, I mean, like the limelight and all that, like Instagram and all that makes it look like everyone's perfect. But
Yeah,
got
it's
no
gotta
idea what
catch
they're
up to you
going
at some
Oh,
point,
yeah.
right?
I mean, he dropped an album like every year for a while,
I
or
mean,
every other
yeah,
2 years.
touring and all that.
Well, some of these things have to get like tiring, right? Like,
God.
you mean you're at the pinnacle of like of a human being, right? Like people are listening to you, you have mad bread, you're going out partying all the time, girls, this, that, whatever. Like it's gotta get tiring at one point.
Oh,
you
definitely.
you might just want to like be alone and just
Yeah.
go like work out or do this or do that, like
yeah,
something for you. You know,
Yeah.
like because all that stuff, it's just temporary satisfaction. You
It's
know, there's no
overwhelming.
way you know. I don't know.
For
It's like
sure.
getting a new iPhone. You get a new iPhone in a week, you're like, whatever. You know?
Yeah.
You know, like
It's
when
the
we
same
make it
shit.
real big as millionaires and we buy a new Ferrari, and a week later and be like, oh, but the new Lamborghini came out. Damn it. Now I want that one. It's all temporary stuff, you know?
You get tired. You get
Yeah,
tired.
Yeah, you get tired. It's materialistic and whatever, like superficial. Like it's just,
And just
you
also
know?
the demands of people. I'm assuming
Yeah.
people in his circle.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and just a lot of guessing. Because obviously I'm not in this position. We really don't know, but I'm sure there's other things that if we were to have a conversation with someone like that, would be like, damn, like these are the things that they're going through. That never gets put out in public.
Yeah. No,
It makes you want to go ahead and say step away. Like,
Oh, 100%.
I'm to say, yo, I need some time, like to just
Yeah.
regroup.
Because it's so easy to look through the Instagram and be like, oh, yeah, he's got it all. But you really don't know.
No.
And
You
we're
really
all
have
dealing
no
with
idea.
something that's inevitable.
And that's with everything,
A
man.
human,
Like,
we're all dealing with some shit, bro.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. The more, like, this is a saying that my friend used to say is like, the more personal, the more universal. So, like, if you're feeling like sadness and things like that on your day-to-day basis, chances are everyone else in the world has felt or will feel what you're feeling as well. Because the more personal, the more universal. We're all humans. We're all connected in some way.
Correct.
You know, we all come from the same God. We're all designed in the same way in a sense, but like we'll feel the same emotions. We all have the same emotions, the same feelings, the same. Some people go through the same traumas, things like that. So it's like you're gonna, nobody's safe. You know,
Mhm.
everyone's gonna feel it. You know, so yeah.
Facts.
All right, Gary. So, as you know, our concept with the podcast and our gym is escaping the matrix,
Yeah.
basically. Is there something in pop culture? It can be a movie, a book, TV show, a poem, even, or even a song that basically is comparable to today, right now in society. Because, like the Matrix is like, the government or aka the machines are just like putting us in the Matrix, and we're just kind of, going along about our lives until we escape it, and then we try to fight the machines. So it's basically going on right now if you really think about it. Is there anything in pop culture that you would say is basically kind of like that?
Something that's like going on that's mirroring that, or
Yeah,
that's
basically.
talking, or that's talking about that.
Probably mirroring it, yeah.
Okay. Damn, I don't.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, I
It's
can't think
tough.
off the top of my head with that.
There might be a different, few different things, just in different aspects. Like Alex had mentioned, Sound of Freedom, for example.
Yeah.
You know, like that's something that's going on, but a lot of people don't know what's going on. Have you seen that movie,
No, I have not.
bro?
You see?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
exactly. So,
Gotta see it.
have you heard of that movie?
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm not really much of like a.
Sound of Freedom is wild. It's basically talking about child trafficking
Oh, okay.
and like
That.
how it's very relevant right now.
Mm.
It's been trying to be released for last 5 years, and it just got out now.
Mm.
So like, and how basically human trafficking right now is how much $1 billion, 20-something billion.
It's one
or
of the
something?
biggest, one of the biggest business
Yeah.
right now. out
Yeah.
there. But
So,
it's
like,
it's keeping hidden.
There was a comparison that it was said that all airlines combined, human trafficking is more profitable than all the airlines combined.
That's insane.
And that's happening right now.
It's happening right now.
Right.
But the thing with that is that they try to keep it under the
The radar.
low,
Exactly.
under the radar.
of course.
And there's actually, so like, I don't know if you guys know Candace Owen or something.
Yes.
Candace Owen. She's a beast, bro. She's a beast. She talks against like the whole trans activists and stuff like that.
Political figure.
Yeah, like that. The black girl.
Yeah. She's like a.
She's a beast. I just started following her
Republican?
yesterday. Yeah.
Got it.
And like she was talking about how like there is like definitely a crazy hidden like Hollywood child
Yeah, no,
fucking
yeah.
trafficking
Yeah,
thing
yeah, I've
within
heard all
these
about
higher
that.
up people like
Well, look at Epstein.
celebrities and whatever.
Look at the Epstein Island.
Exactly.
There you go.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Bro, that's wild, bro.
They killed him so he wouldn't basically sell everyone else out to. I bet you there's a bunch of celebrities.
And you know what's crazy? So like we'll have posts where it's like, oh, I saw one today, right? Where it was like, oh, they're planning a hotel in like the sky, like in 2027 or something. And then the meme was like, bro, all we want is the list from Epstein's fucking thing. Like, that's all we want. We don't want no hotel in the sky. All we want
Where's the list?
is the list.
They're trying to
Like-
distract you.
Like
They're
we
trying
just, and then there was another one. It's like we just want healthcare. Like we just want free healthcare. Like they're distracting us from all the stuff that's going on. You know, like oh, let's put a hotel in the sky.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit? Like bro, like
That's real.
crazy.
Trying to distract.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of really fucked up businesses that are going on,
God.
industries that we have no idea about, going on in the dark web and shit.
I heard this.
yo, I'm trying to go on the dark web.
Oh yeah.
Hey, you don't want to be.
No, I dead ass want to, bro. Like I just want to like roam it. I'm gonna be like, damn, I already know what I'm gonna get myself into, but like I wanna do it. I just wanna see it.
I've been there. It's
Have you?
It's so scary, man.
It's crazy, right?
You see a lot of crazy shit, bro.
Oh, bro, I
wouldn't
bet.
recommend you. Like, you see a lot of crazy stuff.
Dude, I want to so bad. I was watching a video on it the other day. That's why I was like, I just want to do it. I just want to see it. It's like the forbidden fruit, you know? You just
Yeah.
want to see it, you know? Damn. That's wild.
Very much.
This world
very
is
much
crazy,
so.
bro.
Yeah.
At least we have an honest business. And so doesn't Gary here.
Yes.
Yeah, no, we don't do none of that.
Yes. No.
No, sir.
We're pretty.
No child trafficking, bro?
No.
All right.
I'd say we're pretty transparent with everything.
Yeah, no, we definitely are. And pretty soon we're going to do like a part 2 to our other one where we talked about the gym, and we're going to be even more transparent
Oh,
about
God,
like what
yeah.
we make and things like that. What some of our trainers make or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fully transparent.
Crazy. This world is messed up.
Really is. All right, Gary. Is there anything else you'd like to say to the audience?
Nah, I mean, I think we covered a lot, to be honest
did.
with you.
We might need a part 2 eventually
I'm
Wait,
with it.
in Colombia?
in Colombia.
Yeah, pull up.
Alex, you down?
Yeah, I can do that.
Bring
We
this
can
whole
travel to
set.
Colombia?
I can do that for you guys.
Yeah.
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 Word.
I am so down.
Can
We'll
do
I
do
am
some like
so down.
outdoor setting.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Oh, I am
Yeah.
so down.
Yeah, we can definitely do it.
When are you
That's
going back?
I'll be back in I'll be flying back on the 6th.
On the 6th?
November. Yeah.
I'm down. I'm so
Yeah.
down.
Let's get it.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get it.
Facts.
That'll be so much fun.
Are we hitting them with the rapid fire questions?
We're gonna hit them with rapid fire questions.
Oh, shit.
What does that mean?
So
Yeah, we put on the spot.
you're gonna be put on the spot first off,
Shit.
and I know you're really good with being on the spot because you're an artist. You're supposed to be able to improvise with everything. But
right.
this is
We
gonna
should
be
do this to the beat, like.
Yeah, we should do it to a beat. But
Ask him the questions.
gonna-
I'll throw down a beat and he'll answer it.
I'm gonna add it.
You're gonna answer with raps.
you should answer with a rap. All right, Gary.
You're gonna add
So,
the beat.
Here,
at the post production.
Oh yeah, perfect.
Oh, Lord.
perfect.
Hell yeah.
So I know everyone. So you know, Gary is into fitness as well. That's basically how I kind of met him, and Vinny kind of met him.
Yeah.
So these questions are going to be more fitness
Okay.
based, basically. So you ready, Gary?
I'm ready.
All right. Push, pull, or legs?
Push, pull, or legs? Legs.
Oh,
Oh, damn.
that's gross.
Damn. Okay.
Damn, bro.
What does that mean? I'm so lost.
Like push when you work out at the gym, pull like for back and
Okay.
thighs, or train legs.
Yeah, I like to train. Yeah.
Damn.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. All right. You're psycho, man.
I know.
Carbs, protein, or fats? If you had to choose one to only eat,
Protein.
what would you rather do for cardio? Would you rather run? Would you rather hike? Or would you rather bike?
Run.
Cool. What is the biggest compliment that you think you can get for physique wise? You're jacked, you're ripped, you're cut, you're big, or you're swole?
At this moment, I haven't heard anyone say that about me. Any of those. Just that, hey, you're looking good.
No,
That's what
but
they
like,
tell me.
what's the best one that you think would be if
For me?
Yeah.
Cut.
Cool. What would a cheat meal be for you if you had one?
A lot of pizza.
What kind of pizza are we talking about?
Cheese pizza.
Cheese pizza, just
Yeah.
plain cheese.
Just plain old
Okay.
cheese.
All right, fair enough. And probably the most important question of them all, Last one. Everyone knows
I
this
think
one.
I know his answer.
Yep, I think I know this answer as well. He's in Colombia. You best believe I know this
Yeah.
answer.
Oh, Lord.
Ass or tits?
Ass.
Yes,
Ah,
sir. Yes, sir. Of course. There's no other answer.
There really isn't.
There really isn't.
Reality, both. To be honest with you. In reality, like both.
Well, when you're a famous celebrity artist, entrepreneur, you can have both. Some of us gotta settle for one, so that's just what it is, bro.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, Gary, for being here with us and answering my questions.
Thank you guys for having me.
Do you want to shout out your social media to the audience?
Yeah, just look me up. Well, there's two. You know, if you're interested in my music marketing agency, Effective Exposure, right? EFFECTIVEXPOSURE, and then my personal is GARYSOULZ, Gary Souls.
Gary Souls,
All right.
and be on the lookout because he's dropping a banger.
If you want dope music, you know, it's like English Spanish fused, you
Yeah.
know, melodic trap, but with some verses at the same time. Like, you know, you just check out my work.
Do you sing Spanish music?
Yeah.
What kind of reggaeton, dembow?
More like, to be honest with you, more like right now, like what I'm doing is I'm more in like the trap soul, like that R&B trap lane, and I'm bringing it more into the Spanish just because I know no one's really doing that,
That
you know.
Yeah, that's dope.
All right,
Yeah.
Gary.
Oh yeah.
But I can, like, I'm actually working on a song that is on the reggaeton lane for sure, just because, you know, I mean, it's like you kind of have to do that. Like, you know, you speak Spanish, you know, you got to
Yeah.
be able to,
exactly.
you know.
Can you give us a closing verse?
Well, snap.
Oh, you want me to spit?
Yeah, a quick closing verse for everyone.
Can we put on a beat?
Can we?
Ah, shit.
Is it
Nah,
possible?
nah.
You got me. I'm gonna be ready next one.
That's all good.
That's okay.
That's all good. Then we definitely gotta let the next one happen.
We
Yeah, for the
we
next
we
one, we'll put on a
definitely-
beat. I'll come
Colombia.
prepared, you know, turn this into fucking Hot
Whole-
97.
A whole studio, a whole. We'll make a whole song and during the podcast.
As long as we're featured in it, that'd be cool.
Oh, man.
I'll
I don't don't know about that.
rap like that, bro.
Damn, man. Damn it.
I'll be the background singer. I'll be like the dancer in the back.
I'm just going to need you to snap your fingers, Vin. That's all I'm going to need you to do.
All right. All right. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We appreciate it. And until next time, see you later.
We gonna